All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rokah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Green Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to Allah Akim doing and pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide. And a sincere shalom to the elect. Now I want to get into this video here. I was out in my backyard. And this was like Tuesday, 6 p.m. I was trying to fix things up and get things cleaned up because it was terrible from the wintertime, man. That it really needed, like, organizing and cleaning. And as I looked up, because I was thinking, I was like, man, this fucking place, backyard, just so close together. People's garbage flying into my backyard. I'm always cleaning down the side of my house, the front, even goddamn the sewer. That's kind of close to my house, right? It flooded the other day. And I say, yeah, that's from all this debris, the sand and all this shit. People they don't give a fuck, right? And I remember, Brother Bara from Trinidad there, I was having a conversation one time because I was talking about sweeping the floor. And like back home in the islands, you'll see, your grandparents, either grandmother or grandfather, take some soap and a broom and wash down the front, and get that sand and all that gunk up. So that's what I was talking about. Basically, after the winter break, get all that shit away from your property, because when that goes up, when the sun starts beating on that, you're gonna get really sick, man. Okay, because there's different shit in there and spores and shit that didn't get flushed away properly, So the brother was telling me, he's like, hey, you can't teach these people understanding. And that's 100% true, and that was some years back. I think that was like 2 years ago, okay? And now here it is. I'm doing the same thing over again, cleaning down, taking out any rot wood and all that stuff. And, I'm saying to myself, this is all Esau's fucking fault, man. Plastic. I'm walking in the front, I'm seeing plastic all that blew up from the thing, pop cans, all types of shit. So it upset me. Pissed me off, So I'm there cleaning up, and then Spirit said, just look up, man. So I looked up because my infirmities are acting up and shit. So I'm already irritated. So I look up. As I look up, I see a falcon. This is what I seen here, right? And then the Spirit came on me to say, hey, just do a video, man. Just take this down, okay? And give some edification and comfort those who need comfort, that are in the same, spirit, right? Which is your brothers, right? So I took a picture of this. It's a little grainy, right? But that one's a little bit better. But that's why I labeled this, nature shall be restored. These animals will truly be happy when the kingdom is established, okay? Because right now, we are all groaning, as they say, okay? Let me get this off, Salaki. We're all grown. Everything was groaning, man. The whole of creation, because of fucking Esau. Romans chapter 8 and verse 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. Okay? Going into us, Israelites, and so on and so forth. But guess what? Even the creatures out here are groaning. Okay? The earth is groaning. Alright? So, these things that Esau Edom is doing is atrocities, man. Everything is feeling it, okay? To where the animals are like, they can sense it, man. They're not in their right vibration, okay? Sometimes I look up at night and I see fucking birds flying around and shit. And that's because of all these lights that Esau Edom got set up, and the noise and shit. And if let's say there's a baseball field or something there, and they want to reside there for the night, chill out and pack up. I've seen it before. Pack up together and shit. They like seagulls and shit. Really, they go to the waterfront and shit, but they'll the lights and shit will irritate them, the noise and shit, and they'll be flying around, flying around. Okay? This is why the scriptures talk about this in Matthew. Everything's groaning, man. Everything. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 22. Except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. There shall no flesh be saved if those days don't be shortened, man. Okay, and brother put out a script video that time's speeding up, and it's the Most High who's doing it. Okay, but this place is polluted, man. And the more, Esau Edom stays in power, the more polluted this place gets. Okay, Micah chapter 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Right, this is not your rest. You got Jake thinking that this is it. Psalms 49 and 11. This is not it. There's something better. We got a better promise. Okay? Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. Okay? People got microplastics in them, in their bloodstream and shit. Why? Because of this man. This man don't know how to rule right. He tosses the instruction book that's in front of him off to the side. He said, nah, I don't need that. I know what to do. Don't worry. Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. Okay? The earth is defiled. Okay? Oil spills and all shit, and you see these ducks covered in oil. And as a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Proverbs chapter 12 and 10, that breaks your heart, man. You're just like, what the fuck? Like, really? What the fuck they have to do with you, man? I understand your plight with us, but goddamn, even the animals, even the land. Because remember when you go back to Genesis chapter 27, he said after his father died, right? 41, he said that I'm going to slay my brother. This nigga went and said that I'm going to slay my brother and every goddamn thing attached to him. Because he knows that this is our heritage. He knows that this is going to be our possession. So in his sick little mind, well, if I can't have it, you won't have it either. But no. The Lord is going to put what do you call that? A stick, throw a monkey wrench in there. Okay? Give you the ultimate kibosh. Let me go here real quick. Psalms 82. You're a sick puppy, Esau. Psalms 82 and verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. Right. Going back to what the brother said, bro. You can't teach them understanding. Lamad, you can't teach them understanding. That is so true, because I was busting my head like, how would you ask these people, man? So on and so forth, The brother said, hey, man, just chill out with that. You can't teach them understanding. Those people are dead, right? Those people are zombies, right? Yeah. You will never understand until they hit the fire and start, even in the fire. Because the scriptures tell you that they should not repent from all these atrocities, all these wickedness, all these things that are happening. They won't change from their ways, man. Okay? They know not, neither will they understand. Psalms 82 and 5. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Okay? Because of this wicked post-war Esau. Okay? Post-war Esau. But when we get in charge, everything's going to rejoice. Everything will be happy. Okay? It tells you right here, Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgresseth increase, but the righteous shall see their fall. That's right. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Okay? They're not going by the scriptures, they're not going by the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This man is causing people to perish by the billions, man. Okay? And when the wicked are multiplied, his seed, transgression increaseth. Okay? And that festers and comes on to the other nations and us. Because this man is the wicked. Okay? And it tells you that when he was given that great sword, peace was taken from the earth. Okay? This man rapes animals and all types of things, man. He has all types of bestiality forms and all types of shit, man. Jeez, nothing. Hide your cat, hide your dog, hide your woman, hide your kids, hide your babies, hide your picnic, hide your man. This man's oh man, this man's as death and cannot be satisfied in every genre. I'm a sick puppy. Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. You see that? So when we're in authority, even these other nations are going to be happy. They're going to be like, yes, you got a good ruler now. But they're going to get ass whooped. They're going to get handled up. They're going to get put in order first. Right? You understand? And like Isaiah said, the nation that won't serve you and won't go off, well, I'm going to whoop your ass. You shall be beaten to powder. Okay? But the main point, the people are going to rejoice. The animals are going to rejoice. Everything's going to be happy except for Esau, Edom. For those miserable 1,000 years that he has to serve. Okay? But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's what's happening right now. The animals are mourning. Okay? These animals are feeling sick. Dropping out the sky. Don't know where to go. Don't know where to land. Don't know where to sleep. As pilgrims on the fucking earth, man. And that's nature. Okay? Yo. But you know these animals, they lodge somewhere, get their babies, and they stay with their mate or whatever the fuck it is. Right? They're not like no bear or anything. Even bear have a cub. You know, they go dig hole and thing and settle there, right? But in Esau's society, everything's mourning. Toxic spill. The beer can't breathe because some fucking shit coming up from the river. All the salmon get poisoned. All the animals, the deer got fucking bug eye. All types of weird shit. Right? Because of Esau, Edom. The whole earth is mourning. Okay? So when the righteous are in authority, the people are going to rejoice. When this man is taken down, the animals are going to rejoice. Everything's going to rejoice. Okay? Start from verse 4 there. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 3. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. Right? From all this Babylonian life here. Okay? The sorrow, the fear. Remember, it tells you your life shall hang in doubt. Right? And you shall fear day and night. And we're in bondage. Whose possessors hold them. Right? They're not letting us go. Okay? That thou shalt take up this parable, this proverb against the king of Babylon, Trump, and say, how's the oppressor cease? The golden city cease. Remember, going back into Jeremiah, had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, roughly phrasing. Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and unhindered. Yeah, that's right. Nobody's gonna stand up and say, hey, don't do this to Babylon. No, they all want a piece. They want themselves a piece of flesh, chunk of flesh. Okay? The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. The whole earth is at rest. Okay? And quiet. No more melee. No more mischief. No more folly. Okay? Wrong judgment that proceedeth. No more. The true proper rulers are coming into play. Okay? Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee. The trees rejoice at thee. Okay? Because the trees are gonna sing and jump for joy, and these nations. And the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellers come up against thee. And you know Esau, Edom, because I used to be an arborist, aka feller, right? And I used to work for this one guy. I didn't like how his attitude was, man. The man would walk up to a tree, look at it a little bit, and the tree's healthy, and the guy would go, oh, look, yeah, you see this right here? You see that? Swindle the guy out of money. And $3,000 later, you know, giving me a fat paycheck, $500. I didn't know. After a while, me and him got into an argument. As I say, you can't do that, bro. You know, heal the tree, do something, but, you know, I know this is our business, but you can't do that, man. You're taking down life. You know, you're fucking with life like that, man. You know? So we were called fellers, right? And then Esau, he'll go down and lay out a whole fucking, oh, the Amazon is creating too much methane gas. And take that out. Kill the cows too, right? Chop down a whole area just to build some fuckery, all right? A bestiality form. Esau, Edom, you're a sick puppy. This is why the whole earth is going to be at rest when you're taken down, man. This is why no fellers come up against us. Yeah, ain't no hewers of wood just gonna walk up to a tree and just take it down and just deforestation and all that. Nah. All that done. Okay. So this is what's gonna happen when you're taken down, you know? The people are gonna be happy. Okay? And this is what's gonna happen when New Jerusalem is established. Alright? Everything gonna be made fresh, as they say. Kainos. Refreshed. Revelation chapter 21 and 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Yahweh himself shall be with them and be their God. And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. When you go into that word new, refresh, kainos. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. So you can bet your bottom dollar that this is going to be established and this is going to happen. This is why when we read these scriptures, we look for that better promise. We look for that new kingdom to be established. Okay? We were given a better promise. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. This is why the earth is going to be at rest from all the atrocities that Esau, Edom, was doing to it. Okay? That's why I labeled that, said these animals will truly be happy when the kingdom is established. Of course, we're going to be happy, right? But the animals, man, come on, man. Nature itself, okay? The bees and all that, the birds, the bees, you know, all the little creepy things, everything has its order. And Esau, Edom set all those ordinances out of course. The whole earth is out of course because of Esau, Edom. And all these animals are going to be happy to serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and do the things that they were created to truly do. Okay? The vibration on the earth is going to be raised, man. It's going to be raised. The earth is going to be happy itself. Okay? Because you're going to have righteous rulers ruling in authority, man. This is why the scriptures say that you have to have that fear before ruling. Oops, Slakia. This is why injuries and riches gotten by deceit, right? The kingdom is translated from one people to another because the way you got it was through thievery, blood, okay? Yep, the Lord will plant the lowly in this place. So let's get into this real quick. Sirach, and that was Sirach chapter 10 and 15, plucked up the roots of a proud nations and planted the lowly in their place. Sirach chapter 10 and 21. The fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority, but roughness and pride is the losing thereof. Okay? And Esau, Edom, you have not gone by the instruction book. Okay? You've gone by your own heart. Okay? By your own mind. By your own thoughts. Okay? 2 Samuel chapter 23 and 3. Yahweh of Israel said, The rock of Israel spake unto me. He that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of Yahweh. Okay? So before obtaining authority, you have to fear Yahweh Shem Shai. And he didn't fear Yahweh Shem Shai. We fear Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay? But roughness and pride is the losing thereof. And that's you, Esau Edom. You weren't looking diligent to, keep the earth in its proper order and proper contents. All the hurt and wickedness you've done to us, all the hurt and wickedness you've done to the earth, all the hurt and wickedness you've done to the animals, man. You got pay. The Lord heard double. You got pay. Okay? So these animals, they're going to be happy, man. They're going to be happy. They're going to be, joyous, in that day. Same with us. Nature shall be restored. And with that, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh. Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Qudash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing this word in sincerity and truth worldwide. And a sincere shalom to the elect. I hope you're edified, Akim. Shalom, 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 shalom. And abad babal.